NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Orlando Magic. The Magic begin the game with the basketball. That's a turnover. It goes the other way to Chris Dunn. Fires the three, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Can't connect.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Fires the three. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Coming for his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down.
And I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight Finals wins. The pass set it all up.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
In the front court, it's Augustine. Right now, down 7. Gordon. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Fournier to Vucevic. Trying to cash in. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Has a look. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Aaron Gordon. Isaac. To Fournier. Shot clock winding down. Fournier. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Fournier to Vucevic. Screen coming. Gordon to Fournier. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Able to convert inside.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
And a nice finish at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Knocked loose. Magic in control. You've got to get that one to go. The follow won't go either. To Wendell Carter. He gets it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Magic basketball. To Fournier. Probing the defense. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Not going down for him this time.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make a shot or not.
Now a whistle, and Orlando is going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, Orlando.
Fultz. And Jay, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Subbing in for Chicago, number 45, Vincent Valentine.
Calls it a...
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions, Orlando. Substitutions, Chicago.
Markelle Fultz to Gordon. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
For 3, not easy.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To shoot for Orlando to Fultz. It's rebounded by the Bulls. To Young. Market and shot can't connect.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Goes to the right side. Levine. Back to shoot for the Bulls. And strokes it.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Mo Bamba. The drive right to the basket. Jonathan Isaac. And the rebound taken in by Young. To Markkanen. Markkanen slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Thaddeus Young, he's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
Ed, I get it. I know why Indiana fans love Thaddeus Young. He's that guy that just shows up to work every day and is going to outwork you, outgrind you. They don't make players like that anymore.
To Aaron Gordon. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Levine. Has a chance. Levine shot no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Fultz. To Gordon. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
DJ Augustine. Couple of free throws on the way. A career 86% from the line. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Zach Levine. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Augustine with the basketball. His guys down big. To Fultz. No good. Defense catching a break there. To Young. Thaddeus Young. He's 2 for 2 now.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Chicago possession. To Young. To Markkanen. Off the assist.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Markelle Fultz. To Aaron Gordon. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Thaddeus Young, 3 for 3 in this first half.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Fultz. Markelle Fultz. 2 of 4 now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Now a steal as the Magic have it. Desperation shot here from half court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Bulls dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Chicago Bulls. The Magic have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Orlando Magic.
Game track. Assists.
What you see on screen is how this team was able to gain its competitive advantage, doing what's necessary for the lead.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
To Levine. From long range. And Zach Levine. Tough make that time. But you can't fault the defender as he hits the three.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Augustine with it up top. Down a bundle. Zach Levine sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Tosses. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
To Fournier. Yes, Aaron Gordon looking good. 4 for 5.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Wendell Carter. And he hits.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Slam dunk for Jonathan Isaac. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
That's usually one that he'll knock down. In the front court, it's Augustine. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Fournier. Down low, it's Gordon. Aaron Gordon stuffs it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
To Young. Dunn. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's Orlando's ball. Fournier to Vucevic. Short jumper won't go down. Dunn. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Vucevic. Here comes the screen. To Vucevic. Short jumper won't fall. To Chris Dunn.
Come here.
Beyond the arc for three. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Screen coming. To Gordon. Bulls come away with it. Thaddeus Young. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Substitutions, Chicago.
Markelle Fultz. Pulled in by Markkanen.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
A drive, but he can't get it to go. To Wendell Carter. Has a chance? Yes. It drops. A little drama on that one.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Wendell Carter. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Here comes the screen. Gordon lets it fly from beyond the arc and knocks it down. And, Jay, the system produces once again.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Draws the double and still hits.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
Fultz with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Vucevic. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Now the Magic going to signal for a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Markelle Fultz at the line for 2 shots. A career 47% free throw shooter. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Markkanen. Cashes in for 2.
The 7th pick overall, Lauri Markkanen had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even Executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Fultz. Markelle Fultz. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that.
And a putback slam. Clock runs out. Nice cushion for the Bulls. It's Magic basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And this has not been one of their better performances to this point. They've been out of sorts all afternoon.
And one of the most difficult challenges we have in this life is when we bring our personal life into our workspace. It looks like they were never in the game to begin with.
Chicago basketball to Chris Dunn. 4-3. Oh, that's how it's done.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Here comes the screen. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Markkanen. To Chris Dunn.
Double team, double team.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Here's Orlando with the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Lauri Markkanen with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season,
Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
and ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Got it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Visit our team website for more details.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 10, Evan Fournier. Entering the game for Chicago, number 8, Zach LaVine.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Bulls have it to Young.
Here we go. I got it.
That pass stolen by Orlando.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Mo Bamba powers it through.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Done. Fires the three. Can't get to that. Slams it home on the putback.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Bulls have it. trying to cash in. Gun shot, that misses. Augustine with the basketball. His guys down big. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Done. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Thaddeus Young trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 67%. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Magic have it.
Screen.
To Fournier. The drive right to the basket. Knocked loose.
Let it go.
Fournier to Vucevic. Off the mark. To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Mo Bamba. Vucevic to Fournier. Terrific vision. Had a chance, but it's no good. Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim.
Usually rookies allow themselves to get sped up because they're so hyped to play against the greats. But you got a different speed to your game. It's called poise.
Vucevic to Fournier. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Vucevic. Tough shot. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for Chicago.
Fultz into the front court. Down a bundle. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Fournier. Fultz. Shot clock winding down. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. To Wendell Carter. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Orlando has it.
Watch the pick. You see it.
Oh, with the foul, and a chance coming up at the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Zach LaVine. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
A 2-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Fires the 3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. You might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat them by 50, beat them by 50. If you want to beat them by 100, keep shooting more threes. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First try, no good. Missed the second, 0 for 2. Zach LaVine doing what he does best. Deep three at the buzzer. The Bulls take this one as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls put their opponents away in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Check out the leading scores for the Chicago Bulls. The Magic lost this game long before the final buzzer. And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Orlando Magic.
Game track. Defense. Player of the game. Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Chicago Bulls. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.